The fire's roar was a living thing. It devoured the night, hungry, insatiable. Flames licked the sky, painting it in grotesque hues of orange and red. Smoke, thick and acrid, clawed at my throat, stole my breath. I stood there paralyzed, watching my sister's house disappear behind a wall of fire. Hope, a fragile thing, flickered and died with each passing moment. They wouldn't let me near. Police barricades, yellow tape, flashing lights, and the oppressive heat of the blaze held me captive. Each crackling ember, each plume of smoke, whispered a truth I couldn't accept. "She's gone," they said. "There's nothing left." But I didn't believe them. Not completely. Not yet. Later, when the embers had cooled and the smoke cleared, they found a body, charred beyond recognition. "My sister," they said, "case closed." But my gut screamed otherwise. The medical examiner couldn't confirm it was her. They had no dental records, no DNA on file, just ashes and assumptions. The lack of closure was a wound that refused to heal. It festered, turned septic, poisoning everything it touched. My grief was a rabid dog, gnawing at the edges of my sanity. I needed answers. My sister had vanished, and I was left with nothing but questions. The official investigation hit a wall. The fire was determined to be arson, intentional, yet the arsonist remained elusive. The case grew cold, another unsolved enigma, another statistic. But to me, it was personal. It was my sister. I spent countless hours retracing the events before the fire, hunting for clues. A missed call, a suspicious car parked nearby, anything that might shed light on the mystery. I was relentless. My friends called it an obsession. They meant well. They wanted me to let go. But how could I let go without knowing if she was truly gone? Sleep offered no solace. My nights were plagued by nightmares. Visions of my sister trapped in the blaze. Her screams echoed in my ears long after I woke, drenched in sweat. The scent of smoke clung to me, a constant reminder of my loss and the unanswered questions. The internet became both my refuge and my torment. I combed through news articles, online forums, anything linked to the fire. Hours turned into days, days into weeks. I was ensnared in a maze of my own making, each dead end deepening my despair. There had to be something I was overlooking. Some clue, some lead, some whisper of truth buried beneath the rubble of official reports and empty condolences. The more I delved into the dark web, the more certain I became that it held the secrets to my sister's disappearance. I installed Tor, the gateway to this hidden realm, and began my descent into the shadows. Each click, each search felt like peeling back layers of a sinister onion, revealing the darkness beneath. I uncovered forums, marketplaces, and chat rooms where anonymity was the only rule. In one of these shadowy corners, I stumbled upon a thread discussing recent kidnappings. The details were eerily similar to my sister's case, sending chills down my spine. My heart pounded as I read through the posts, each one a breadcrumb leading me deeper into the abyss. Could it be that my sister was taken by someone from this digital underworld? The thought was terrifying, yet it also sparked a glimmer of hope. If she was taken, then maybe, just maybe, she was still alive. I had to keep digging, no matter the cost. I joined the thread, posing as an anonymous user seeking information. My messages were met with suspicion and cryptic responses, but I persisted. Days turned into nights as I followed every lead, every hint. And then, one day, a breakthrough. A user named Watcher sent me a private message. "I know about your sister," it read. My hands trembled as I opened the message. "If you want to know the truth, meet me in person. Coordinates attached." It was a risk, a potential trap, but I was willing to take it. I had to know. I had to find her. Armed with nothing but my determination and a sense of dread, I prepared for the meeting. I didn't know what awaited me at those coordinates, but I knew there was no turning back. My search had led me to the edge of a dark precipice, and I was ready to jump. As I stared at the phone, my mind raced through a whirlwind of memories. Family dinners, holidays, the warmth of my mum's embrace. The distorted voice echoed in my ears, a sinister reminder of the stakes. I took a deep breath, steadying my trembling hands, and pressed the call button. The phone rang, each tone a hammer striking my heart. Finally, she answered. "Hey, Mum," I said, forcing a smile into my voice. "It's me. I just wanted to let you know that I'm okay. I've decided to take some time away, to clear my head." "Sweetheart, where are you? We've been so worried," she replied, her voice trembling with relief and concern. "I'm safe, Mum. I promise. I just need some time to figure things out," I lied, my throat tightening with every word. "I'll be back soon." Her silence was heavy, filled with unspoken fears and questions. "Okay, honey, just please stay safe and keep in touch." "I will, Mom. I love you," I said, my voice cracking as I ended the call. The phone was wrenched from my hands and the speaker crackled to life again. "Good. You've taken the first step, but the game is far from over." The screen on the wall flickered, revealing a new message. "Trust no one, not even yourself." Suddenly the door to the room creaked open and a figure stepped inside. It was a man, his face obscured by a hood. He moved with a calculated precision, setting a small box on the floor before retreating into the shadows. I stared at the box, my pulse quickening. What could it contain? Another test, another piece of the puzzle. With a deep breath, I leaned forward and opened it. Inside was a single blood-stained notebook. My sister's handwriting covered the pages, each word a desperate plea for help. Tears welled up in my eyes as I read her words, her fear and pain seeping into my soul. She had been here, in this very place, enduring unimaginable horrors, and now it was my turn to face the same darkness. The notebook ended abruptly, the last page torn and smeared with blood. My sister's fate was still uncertain, but her message was clear. I had to keep fighting, no matter the cost. The voice returned, colder and more menacing than before. "Your sister's life hangs in the balance. Prove your loyalty and you might save her. Fail and she will suffer." The screen displayed a new countdown, 12:00:00. Time was running out. With renewed determination, I rose from the chair and faced the camera. "I'll do whatever it takes," I said, my voice steady and resolute. "Just tell me what I need to do." The room fell silent, the weight of my words hanging in the air. The game was far from over, but I was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. For my sister, for her life, for the truth. The room was eerily silent, the only sound being the faint hum of the countdown clock echoing in the background. I clutched the blood-stained notebook to my chest, feeling the weight of my sister's suffering and the immense responsibility now resting on my shoulders. As the seconds ticked away, I couldn't shake the image of her terrified face from my mind. She had endured so much, and I could only imagine the horrors she had faced in this very place. I knew I had to be strong, to be smarter, and to be relentless in my pursuit of the truth and her safety. The hooded figure's words replayed in my mind like a broken record. "Prove your loyalty, and you might save her. Fail, and she will suffer." The stakes were higher than ever, and there was no room for error. I scanned the room, my eyes searching for any clue, any sign that could lead me to the next step in this twisted game. The screen on the wall flickered once more, displaying a series of cryptic symbols and numbers. It was a puzzle, a test of my resolve and intellect. Determined, I approached the screen, my mind racing to decipher the code. Each symbol felt like a piece of the larger puzzle, a key to unlocking the next chapter of this nightmarish journey. I could feel the pressure mounting, but I couldn't afford to falter now. Suddenly, the door creaked open again, and the hooded figure reappeared. This time, he held a small vial filled with a mysterious liquid. He placed it on the floor next to another note, and retreated into the shadows without a word. I picked up the note, my heart pounding in my chest. It read, Drink this, and you will see the path ahead. But beware, for the truth is not always what it seems." I hesitated for a moment, the vial's contents swirling ominously. But I knew I had no choice. With a deep breath, I uncorked the vial and drank the liquid in one swift motion. The taste was bitter, burning as it went down. Almost immediately, my vision began to blur, and the room around me seemed to twist and distort. I stumbled, trying to steady myself as the world shifted into a surreal, dreamlike state. Shadows danced on the walls, and whispers filled the air, their words unintelligible, yet haunting. Through the haze, I saw a new message on the screen. To be continued. The countdown clock continued its relentless march, but I knew that this was only the beginning. The journey ahead would be treacherous, filled with dangers and deceptions. But I was ready to face whatever awaited me, for my sister's sake and for the truth. As the vision began to fade, I felt a renewed sense of purpose and determination. The game was far from over, but I was prepared to fight until the very end. The next chapter awaited, and I would not rest until I uncovered the truth and saved my sister from the darkness.